one is leaders. The first condition is leaders should create a conducive environment where people should feel free, value themselves, and empowered. Because people feel free and comfortable where they are being valued and recognized, where they are being protected and empowered. You cannot just go so they don't recognize what you're doing there, and you feel comfortable. The environment will so discomfort. You feel uncomfortable and you not really do what you're about to do there. I can remember there's this saying that says, teach a child how to catch fish and not to eat fish. Teaching that child how to catch fish or like empowering that child and not just giving the child fish to eat. So another condition that can cause trust is that leaders should demonstrate a spirit of consistency. That is, they should be consistent in their words and promises they make and their actions they take. So if you are that type that if you give a promise to your workers, try to fulfill it and be consistent with certain decisions that you make to your workers. And when you fulfill it, they will tend to trust you and they will believe that if my boss is saying this and he is doing it, it means I can give some trust to him. Another point is authenticity. Leaders should be genuine and authentic in their interactions. Yes, you should be very clear with what you're doing and you should do it freely. Another point, transparency leads. Leaders should be transparent in their decision making and communication. This one is very powerful. Always, how can I put it? In decision making, communicate your decision. Any decision you want to take, communicate it to your employees so that they will know why you are taking that decision. When you communicate it to them, you are building trust with them, you are building relationship with them. They will understand why. Don't just get up and you just pass a decision, or you just pass a decree, you take a sanction without communicating to them why you are doing that. If you don't give them the reason why you're doing that, you're creating a tense environment, which will not be good. Another reason for trust to emerge is fostering a culture of loyalty, collaboration, and innovations. Innovations. That is it. So there's an example in the chapter which states that the Colgate company, yes, succeeded in creating innovations. That means their members, they gave their members the opportunity to express themselves and bring up new ideas, and they were able to produce to come out with there are about 32 different types of Colgate toothpaste in the market because the company was able to give them that opportunity to bring up new innovations in the company and that they are doing well. Now, this concept of emergence highlights the importance of creating a supportive environment and culture that allows trust to develop naturally rather than being forced and manipulated. When you put all these conditions in place that I've mentioned above, you will realize that trust will just emerge naturally. You will not force it. You will not manipulate it. You will not force somebody to trust you. But when you try to put in these conditions in place, you say you just earn the person's trust just like that naturally. Because trust too comes with familiarity. When you are familiar with somebody, you know the person's background, you know the person's culture, where the person is coming from. At least you can trust that person too. Now, when trust emerges, when you gain somebody's trust now, what happens? What happened? It leads to what now? The first thing when trust emerges, it leads to loyalty. When trust is being put in place, people will be more likely to be loyal to their leaders and the organization they trust, where their purposes can be amplified to support their why. This one, that when people will be more likely to be loyal to their leaders and the organization they trust, where their purposes can be amplified to support their why. Another reason when trust emerges, it will lead to collaboration. Trust can foster a sense of safety and empowerment, leading to an increase in collaboration and innovations to pursue your why. When trust emerges, it leads to better performance. People will likely take risks and contribute their best at work when they trust their leaders and organizations. When they trust their leaders and organizations. This point is, I've experienced this point. I can remember one day in my school, we had an information after school that the head teacher just called us at 2 p.m. that we are going to partake in a presentation at the divisional level to expose some chat, some writing materials on the team cyber criminality. We left school 2:30. We said it's already closed and the information is late. She said, please, we should do it. Now we had to sacrifice, we had to take that risk. We were in school right up to 6:30. Some of us who are just beside the school, we left at 7 to see that we should put up those charts, drew the charts, color it, and do everything. We took that risk to put it at best just because of the trust we have for the institution. And I bet you that week, the next we went for that presentation, it was the best. Our chat were being selected and we were put forward to the regional level. So when trust emerges, it's because of the trust we have our head teacher, the way she communicated it to us, we took that risk and it was a success. Now, above all, trust is built and valued is perceived. Trust is built and value is perceived. Now, when your why and your how and what are balanced, you build trust and value is perceived. This takes us back to the golden circle of why, how, and what. When you put your why, your how, and your what in place at the balanced level, you build trust. There is an example in the chapter that really made me to understand this thing well. There's this CEO of the company, Continental Airlines, Gordon Bet, I don't know how to pronounce the name, was Gordon Betum. He was able to put the why, the how, and the what together to see how he can revamp this company, this Continental Airlines, because in that area or that time in that year, the company was already a mess up. There was no way. It was around the last of it of the airline companies that year. So now the why, that is the purpose of the company, the how, the processes, the value, and the actions with the what, the result of that company were all shattered. Then now, what did he do? He left from a zero to the first. He left from that last position to the first to gain that position in the airline. So the Continental Airlines was a place now where employees were surly to customers, surly to each other, and ashamed of their own company. That type of a scenario where you are even ashamed, they ask you, where do you work? You're even ashamed to mention the place because you know it is just a mess. You can't have a good product with people who don't want to come to work. So with that time, there was no result. Everything there was just upside down. Now, the airlines now loses its why and the environment wasn't favorable to workers. Now, what did Gordon Betum did? What did he do now? He was able now to believe in the words of Herb Killer. Leave this place. Herb Killer, he said, a company should be responsible for its employees because a company with happy employees will ensure happy customers and happy customers will ensure happy shareholders. Oh, I like this one. That a company with happy employees will ensure happy customers and happy customers will ensure happy shareholders. You can imagine yourself, you get into a hotel and you meet the receptionist. She's just like, wow, mommy, welcome. What can I do for you? Smiling and welcoming you. You feel and you just you from head to toe. And you're like, what is as if you're smelling? You see that those employees there, they are not welcoming, and at the end, things will not work well. So he took the action immediately and set out changes in giving every employee something they believe in. That mean, when he took over that company now, in that mess, he decided that he took some actions. What did he do? The first thing he did now was he gave all the employees something they believe in. He inspired them with positive attitude and mindset. He had to change their mindset, ensuring them that if you want to win, you will win. And if you want to win, you're not only winning for the company, but you're winning for your own self. This one, they were like, wow, means if you put in some effort, something will is ranked in the top five. In each the top five, each employee will have $65. That was the promise he made to the employees. And what did he do now? He was consistent with that. Only the company was revamped from the last position to the first position. Now, reading this chapter, something really struck me. What I really noticed is that Simon Sinek said, great companies don't hire skilled people and motivate them. What they do is they hire already motivated people with their why and inspire them. Great companies don't hire skilled people and motivate them. What they do is they hire already motivated people with their why and inspire them. When I read this, I come now to understand how I got my job as a teacher. Because going out, I was in the housewife, just comfortable there, but things were not really going well for me. So there was something, I had a strong why I should go out and look for a job. So since the thing was in me, pushing me, I had my advanced level. I decided to go in for the teaching job, not applying for other jobs. Now I was already motivated with my why. I knew what I was looking for. I knew where I'm coming from. So going out now to put my applications, I said, anyhow, if they take me without the KPM, good. Finally, by God's grace, I got a school and I was there. But already I was motivated before coming there. I was employed as already a motivated teacher. But those who had the KPM, who they thought were already skillful, they have the skills, the competencies, as they employed them, when there are challenges, I only hear words like, ce n'est pas fait mon KPM, c'est le man pour set a call. So they are now, you now as the employer need to motivate them now. And if you don't motivate them up to their standard, they will look for another job. But somebody like me that was already motivated, I just need just the inspiration. I was just there with the attitude just to learn and see if I can produce my result. But those who were already skillful, that they employed them as experienced people, they were looking but at their skills, thinking that they should buy the skills. And the school was able to buy. Some of them left. They had to go look for jobs anyway. So when I read this, I said, wow, it is real, something that is real because I have experienced it. And he will say that I like this statement that he made in the book that you don't hire for skills, you hire for attitude because you can always teach skills. Oh my God. You don't hire skills, you hire attitude because you can always teach the skills. That is it. I was hired because of my motivation, of the attitude that I came and I put, and I was being uh, taught all the skills that I needed there. I was being empowered in service training later on before going back to have the teachers training college. But I first of all work already as a motivated employee. So this one was really practical, something that I have experienced, and it was good to me. Now, when someone's actions and words align with their why, it demonstrates authenticity and consistency. In this turn, build trust with others who are more likely to believe in purpose. That is, when they see genuine commitment to why, they are more likely to believe in it too. It should be noted that when trust emerges, it inspires people to support their leaders or organization in achieving their purpose. When trust emerges, when you gain trust, you inspire the people to support their leaders or organizations in achieving their purpose. To conclude, leadership is not to impress, but to serve those whom you lead. Leadership is not to impress, but to serve those whom you lead. If companies do not actively work to keep the golden circle inside out, its balance, clarity, discipline, and consistency, the trust will start to break down. Now, my take home, what I gathered from this chapter 6 is that the goal is not to hire people who have the skills set you need, but to hire people who believe in what you believe in. The goal is not to hire people who have the skill set you need, but to hire people who believe in what you believe in. People should first put people first, that is, prioritize the well-being, development, and successes of your team members in order to foster culture of trust, collaboration, and loyalty. Now, build trust among team members in order to create a comfortable environment where people can take risks for the advancement of the society. Wow, I am so happy. Thank you so very, very much. I rest my case and let me hand over to Auntie Laura.
You dare with the book.
Thank you very much.
Wow, congratulations, Indolene.
Thank you,
There with it
Mommy.
finally. Hey, finally. In fact, you said it all, and
Hey,
I don't even have much. I'm so happy I'm working with you. I don't
thank
have
you,
much
Queen.
to
say. Thank you, Ma.
Okay, let's take our questions and our points. What stood out for us as they present, as we have Laura, and then we continue the discussions shortly. Thank you, Laura. Good evening again.
Good evening, elevator lady. Let me try to turn on my camera. Oh, my goodness. My camera is on, but it's black. Can somebody help me here?
Yes, so I'm seeing you clearly.
I'm sure she'll reconnect. She must have touched something mistakenly.
Yeah.
Ma Solange, why are you not on video? You know, we just love seeing that your beautiful face.
Oh my goodness. I'm
Good
sorry.
evening, elevator lady.
Good evening, Laura.
This is Laura Grace. I'm happy to be doing this tonight. I'm so excited. Welcome on board. Pindolin has given you people everything you want to hear. I'm just coming to add some great mind for your mind to be great tonight. That Laura said something. So I would like to start by thanking you, our coach, for always being there for us, for the encouragement. Thanking you, all the elevated ladies. You're all welcome on board. I would like to start my presentation by just telling us a small story. What this why did to me. Start with your why. What it did to me is that the first time the book was posted in the forum, I went through it. I kept saying, I just saw start with your why, start with your why, start with your why, start with your why. And I was frustrated a little bit because back then in my primary school, X frustrated me a lot. Each time the mathematics teacher was coming in the class, it was look for X, look for X. And they never had the X. And so when I saw this Y and X, they're neighbors. I was like, what's it again? Now I've run away from X in my secondary school. It's another one why I said it. I never wanted to do this thing. Who forced me? I did not even know what the book was all about. But I just closed up. I said, this X, what could it even be talking about? It doesn't mean I'll meet formulas. Instead, that will be thinking about why. Oh my goodness. But the day Mama Z came and presented the book to us, I was like, wow, is it the same way I saw? And then the day Coach Solange came and presented again to us, my goodness. I was like, please, I want to go back to school and tell that why, that X that I ran without solving it, without having one X, even one correct X, that I now know my why I was solving the X or why I had to solve that X. X traumatized me, and why wanted to traumatize me? No, today I'm here to deal with X. Amen. So
Amen.
quickly, I'm going to give us the theoretical introduction of chapter 6. Quindolin have done that, and then I'm going to touch some my practical experience and what I have gathered about chapter 6. So let's go. I'm very sure this why never frustrated you like it did to me in the first aspect. So chapter 6 of Start With Your Why, titled The Emergence of Trust, explore how trust is fostered when individuals and organizations are driven by a purpose beyond self-interest. It argues that aligning one's why, how, and what is crucial for building trust. Chapter 6 uses examples like Continental Airlines under Gordon Borden and Ernest Shackleton, Antarctic expedition, to illustrate how a clear why can inspire loyalty, build strong team, and lead to success, even in challenging circumstances. And we'll be given a little bit of small details. We will be seeing trust. Trust as a feeling. Simon Sinek emphasized that trust is not a rational decision, but a feeling. A sense that someone or something is driven by a value beyond mere self-gain. The golden circle connection. This chapter connects us to the golden circle concept, where the why is the core belief and the how represent the action taken to realize that belief, and the what is the result. When these are aligned, trust emerge. Example of trust building: Continental Airlines under Gordon Borden.
Yeah. What happened? Yeah. Network.
I guess the network knocked Laura out. I was thinking it was me, so I wanted to give it time to see. Yeah, network.
Even me too, I was knocked out.
Let's just give her a minute or two. Okay, she may be taking a while to come back, but we can not just stay without having some reflections, having some thoughts, or sharing our own thoughts as we wait for her to come back. Today is their day, so we will give them ample time to share what they studied. But as Laura is coming back, one of the questions as we delve deeper into the book, one of the questions that I think we should be asking ourselves is if our why, if we have communicated our why carefully or well enough for the people that we lead to understand. Even at home, there are different kinds of whys at home. One of the major whys in the home is the vision that we have for our family as women. Or if you're single and not yet with children, one of the things you want to quickly articulate or outline very clearly at this time is the why of your existence. Can anyone understand your why? Start with why. We're in a season of starting with why. We are deliberate to want to know our why, to have understanding around our why, to do things as governed by our why, to have better results.
After I want this connection, that I want peace. I want peace, connection. I want peace. Let there be peace.
You're welcome back,
So
and there is peace.
Thank you. So I was talking about the consequence of a frozen why, when a why is not well defined. So this chapter also touches upon the consequences of a frozen why, under why, an unclear why, which can lead to manipulation and lack of genuine connection. When a why is unclear, people may be less likely to trust or be inspired by the action of the organization. So now that's my theoretical background of our chapter 6. And I want to take our chapter now to my practical example. Let me define now trust. Biblically, Proverbs 3 verse 5 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your understanding. Even the Bible records and trust. You can't force people to trust you. Kindolin already said that. A leader can't force people to trust you. You can't pay people to trust you. You can't force people to trust you. So how does trust emerge? When your why is known, your why should be shielded to.
Laura, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm back again.
All right. We lost you at some point. Go back to the last point before the one you just made.
A frozen why?
I hear you for about 50 seconds.
Oh, is it from the, okay, let me just start from Proverbs 3:5.
Correct.
That says,
Yes,
trust in the
please.
Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. I was just saying that trust, even the Bible reckons that trust is a thing of the heart. So you can't force people, a leader can't force people to love, to give in, or buy people to trust. There should be a reason why the people are trusting you. And that is where, when a leader why is strong, or a leader why is well defined, is genuine, that trust will be possible. And so I was also saying that I'm going to be using our prestigious Blossom Life Academy
Thank you, Father. Sit down. Sit down. Mm, 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 mm.
Laura, we're having difficulty hearing you if you can hear me. My suggestion is that maybe you restart your phone. We can wait for you for about a minute. Time for you to restart your phone or your modem. The network is not very kind with us. If you heard me, Laura, please. You want maybe shift from where you have every option you have to get a please. Oh, I was wondering if I were alone or if the rapture just happened. Hey, mercy.
Oh gosh, network.
All right, so we give Laura a little time to maybe restart.